The professors were told that she was coming. They had roped off an area for her in class. Basically, it was in the back of the classroom. There are pictures around here somewhere that shows the area that was roped off for her. After a couple of days of this, the students and the faculty decided this is not right, this is not fair. And the University of Oklahoma students and faculty decided that we're going to take the rope down, and they brought her up and sit her in with the other students. So she sit there. When she tells the story, she talks about how she enjoyed her classmates and how her classmates really kind of opened doors for her. Because they didn't treat her like she was different. They treated her like she was one of them.
We would not be enrolled in this law school if it weren't for her. She forced the Supreme Court to say, okay, separate isn't equal in this scenario. We aren't going to force you to go to a separate law school. You get to go to this one, which means that people that look like you get to go to this one. Her legacy is reflected in all of the diverse people that have an opportunity to get a legal education in this building.
I remember Ada Lois pulling me aside, and once I got in my mind the significance of Ada Lois, she said, we have lots of hopes for you. You're the first one of us here in a teaching capacity who has a reputation of speaking his truth publicly. Well, that's a nice way of saying you've got a big mouth and you don't mind opening it and saying some things. Well, they were right. But Ada Lois, we were in the corner, the house was crowded with guests, and she had cornered me and she says, George, you've got to help us to finish what I started, and I promised her that I would try. And my pledge is that with their support, I'll try to be a mentor, a role model, a spokesperson for people of color in general, and African Americans in particular.
I have never had anyone since I've been at OU Law tell me I don't belong here or I shouldn't be here. I've been accepted that way. And not only at the university, but also throughout the state of Oklahoma. I don't think Ada had that experience when she got here.
Past the fact that we were both Black women, that my experience amounted to hers. The prayer is another 50 years from now, another Black woman would say what I'm saying about me. You know, it was definitely tense for her at times, but it's not the case for me at this point.
You know, I'm the first African American dean of a law school in the state of Oklahoma. If she hadn't have opened the door, I wouldn't be here. The very idea that I'm at her school means loads to me. I don't know if you look, but if you look right outside my door, there's a picture of her right outside my door right there. I love the fact that picture is right outside my door, because to me, it just, every day when I come in, I have to pass by that picture. And if that light is not on, guess what I do? I turn that light on because I want it to be spotlighted. It's interesting because there's kind of a mix of emotions there, because, you know, the University of Oklahoma did everything they could to keep her out. But at the same time, I have a sense of pride about the fact that we did finally admit her. And on top of that, she graduated from here. And I want to emphasize the fact that sometimes people start things, but they don't finish. It's big to me when I talk to students that are here now that Ada Lois Sipuel Fisher didn't start here. It was big that she graduated from here.
What do you think they would say to our generation now about what they want?
Just what I said. Finish it. Don't get distracted and sidetracked with such things as the shiny car, the big house, the electronic stuff. Just stuff. Remember what we started this thing for, they would tell you. It was for the children. The women that I know, it was for their children and other people's children. And then I said it's for my children and other people's children. That's what. If you're not going to do it for the next generation, then don't do it.
For us, we are kind of saddened that people don't know about her, because she's just this giant. Like, that's a really, like, how courageous do you have to be to stand up with no one else with you, to walk into this all-white building with nobody by your side and go through law school. Like, law school is awful. But she did it by herself. Like, I have a community of people that are rallying behind me, and I can stay in Norman after dark.
The opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. And I don't want your generation to be the people of indifference. At least care enough about us to say, I don't like what you're doing, or I like what you're doing, but when you don't even get involved in that kind of interaction, then you've dismissed us. You've dismissed us historically as being irrelevant. And I don't think that we were. I don't think that they were. I know that they were not in my mind.
Yeah. She's a phenomenal woman. Because I don't know if I could have done it. I don't know if I could have done that.